Eric Clapton is an English blues rock guitarist, singer-songwriter. He's been viewed by critics and fans alike as one of the most important and influential guitarists of all times. His accomplishments include being the only person to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 3 times. He was also ranked 4th in Rolling Stone's magazine list of greatest guitarists of all times. He is also known for songs such as Layla and Crossroads. Run Back to Your Side by Eric Clapton is a blues rock song off his new album entitled Clapton. Clapton is his 19th solo studio album. In Run Back to Your Side, Clapton sings about coming back to his love after realizing that he should have never left her in the first place. This track is very similar to his rendition of Rollin' and Tumblin', featured on his 1992 album Unplugged.
Run Back to Your Side by Eric Clapton has a couple of key instruments that play through the entire piece. The first would be a guitar. There are at least 2 guitars in this piece. There's also a subtle bass, a drum kit, and if you listen closely, there's a shaker. Now there is one instrument that's played throughout the song, though it's kind of hard to pick up. Now listen. Could you hear it? If you could possibly make out what it is, you would know that it's a keyboard or a piano. Beginning of the verse of this piece, the vocals come in, which are of course supplied by the one and only Eric Clapton. For the daylight catch me, I'll be moving on. Beginning in the chorus, another voice comes in, which would be backup vocals for Eric Clapton's lead. I'm gonna run back to your side. The form for this piece is actually a little different from most songs. There is an intro, there's a first verse, and there's a chorus. But the bridge is a little different. There isn't so much a climax at the end, where everything comes in one big shebang. But there is a couple of guitar solos, and that kind of fills in for the bridge essence. There's also not really a pre-chorus. The music does get more concentrated, so you know something's about to happen right before the chorus. But pretty much, it's still not qualified to be a pre-chorus.
Alright, so the rhythm for this piece is it's in 4/4. It's fairly simple to find. See if you can find it real quick.
Run back to your side. I'm gonna run back to your side.
Can you find it? It's 4 beats per measure. As far as the tempo goes for this, I'd say that it's fairly moderately fast, not too slow. So overall, I'd describe this as the rhythm for this piece as being consistent,
Steady.
like a clockwork, basically.
Is that Mr. Cox? Oh, you want to learn about dynamics, huh? Well, dynamics are the volume of a sound, or how loud or soft different instruments and vocals are. Now, in this Eric Clapton song, the guitar is pretty much the bass line for most of the dynamics, and it seems about the same. In the very beginning, it starts out kind of soft, and then gets louder, until the vocals come in and take over as the main dynamics for that point of the song.
For the daylight catch me, I'll be moving on.
Would you describe this as a concerto solo?
No, that might have been what happened back in your time, Mr. Cox, but this is actually a guitar solo, a relatively new piece. And the dynamics of this is the vocals actually become the background, and the guitar actually is the loudest thing you can hear throughout this solo. And the voices are mainly just the background that provide a smooth blend so that you can really hear the guitar and hear every note it plays.
Well, thank you. Hold on there, Captain. Have you ever learned about harmony? It's the vertical aspect of the chords and how they texture and combine to make a sound. Now, there's two different kinds of harmony. There's consonance and there's dissonance. One, consonants, they sound alike and they sound good, like they blend. And dissonance, they don't really go together. It feels like they're fighting each other. Now, in this Eric Clapton song, I feel like there's a lot of consonance between the vocals and both of the guitars as well, because they blend together to form a nice blend of music. Especially in the chorus, because you have Eric Clapton's voice, and he's getting around 60, 65, so that's kind of like an old man voice. And then you also have the background vocals that are women, and so that blends together to really get a nice mixture.
Run back to your side. I'm gonna run back to your side.
See you later, bud. Oh, hold on a second. I almost forgot something. There's also harmony with the different instruments, like the two guitars and then the piano too. Like at the beginning, there's one guitar that starts out and just playing by itself. And then when the other comes in, it creates a real nice blend of both guitars. And also at the end, where there's that solo, but there's also background vocals, and then the other guitar comes in at the end too. It really creates a nice picture, don't you think? See you later, bud.
Bet you're wondering why I'm sitting by a tree right now. There's a couple really good reasons for that.